Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to some more Warpforge, and we are going to do the first draft on the channel. And just to give a couple, I guess, thoughts and 2 cents about drafting is that I think everyone should be doing it. You get a free one every day, right? So you go in, you get that free one. Once you start collecting some of the black crystals, which I believe you can get from your rewards chest, is that right? Yeah, so you can get 10 if you max out. You also get them from the drafts themselves once you invest in them, is that right? And then you can even get them from the Forge, I believe. Yeah, Forge. I don't think the campaign gives any, unfortunately. But it's a really good way to try different decks, learn different strategies, and I think generally it's been pretty helpful for evaluating cards as well. So like if you're kind of new and you're trying to get a sense of, what to build, what to go for. And if you haven't caught my other videos, just going through all the rares, the legendaries, and the epics, feel free to take a look at that. It is long, so just maybe select the faction that you're interested in and check it out. But we're just going to hop in, and I've been kind of dying to go through some sort of draft with folks for a while. Now, I would say you can't really go wrong with picking Necrons or Ultramarines for draft. They are just, you're using the same card pool, right? So they're just shot for shot have some of the most powerful cards in the game and just tend to be very well rounded and things like that. And although I think Turvagon can be incredible if you get the right setup for it, it's not something I would really recommend going for draft. You would need 2 of that epic card to reduce, I think it's like the casting cost of your Tyranids by 1 for the turn. You got to play both in the same turn to like go infinite, basically. So I wouldn't advise that. I think the right pick is definitely, probably Varro. However, we've been putting a lot of Ultramarines content on this channel. It's hard for me not to try Anvirr Keltok, and this was a warlord that I really felt was incredibly strong in the alpha. And I don't know if that's really the same anymore. I don't think Eldar seems to have the same sort of power, whether that's because they've been toned down a little bit since the alpha or just in playing the game more, really assessing that Ultramarines tend to have this sort of like everything they're good at. Necrons are good at a lot of those things, but not all of those things. And then Eldar somewhere kind of, towards the top 3 in the middle. But let's fire up Anvirr, and for those of you who don't know what he does, he's going to allow you to put a card from your hand back into your deck, draw a card, and gain 1 Spirit Stone. And you're pretty much going to spam this ability. It just makes any of your Eldar cards that you get with Spirit Stones, sort of turned on, so to speak. So we're just going to fire up a draft with Anvirr and see how it goes. And I figure I'll show off how I make these decisions for the draft and hope it's helpful, and then we'll get into a couple games and see how it goes. All right, so the first thing you definitely want to think about is curve, because you are not guaranteed to be able to play the exact curve that you want to. You really want to pay attention to having like a decent curve and not having like clunky things where you've got like 6 or 7 5 drops and like a bunch of 7 drops, a bunch of 8 drops or something like that. You definitely want to look at lower energy and just powerful cards. Warp Spider right off the bat is a very solid card for Eldar. Swooping Hawk got nerfed a little bit, but I still think it's totally serviceable. And then Fire Dragon is not my favorite 6-drop, but also, very, very okay. Wild Host, definitely pretty solid for, especially in limited, right? You're going to get access to vehicles that, cards that may not be in your deck. Viper, just pretty strong with the attack on Shuriken, but Wraithlord, I would say, one of the weaker 8-drops, although you can make it big when it comes in. It doesn't have Vanguard, it doesn't have Flank, right? It's not really affecting the board. And then what do we have here? So we've got Fire and Fade, which can be okay, but generally you really don't want to have too many of these sorts of effects in your deck. Deadly Ambush as well, give Flank or Stun. But then there's also Howling Banshee, which is an excellent, excellent card. It was an epic, now it's a rare. It just has a million keywords, and all those keywords are good. However, if we're looking at all of these packs, this has 2 cards I like, this has essentially 1 card, and this has 2 cards that I like and two cards that I'd be like relatively happy to play, which is Swooping Hawk and Warp Spider over Wild Host and Viper. I think it is close, but again, I'm just like really not interested in Wraith Lord, and Fire Dragon is fine, so we're going to take that first. All right, what does heavy support? Already, I'm I'm not so sure that this is what we want to be doing. Falcon hits really hard, but is not all that hard to clear. Wave Serpent is harder to clear, and quite frankly, I don't think does enough. Its effect is you just get to deploy 2 Storm Guardians. I just don't really think that that does that much. Fire Prism is definitely a 7-drop that, you know, can affect the board when it comes in and hits pretty hard. But again, I don't know that I would want to go 2 7-drops and a 6-drop right off the bat. Let's see what else we got. But all those cards are playable. Guardian Defender, totally fine. You know, nothing to write home about. Sudden Assault, I just don't generally like cards like this that are sort of conditional based on what your board presence is like. But, you know, Anvirr can set up certain things by just kind of filtering a little bit your hand. And then Warwalker got changed a little bit, but I think is like a totally okay 5-drop. But really not excited. Jeez, and then we've got kind of the big boys here. And I really am not interested in any of this. Especially early on, like, we're going to get stuff that is, you know, higher casting cost, and I just don't think that's it. It is probably going to be, man, I'm just not excited about Sudden Assault, not really excited about Warwalker, and then Guardian is fine. And then these are all, like, decent late game options. They're not bad, they're not great. This is actually pretty close, I think, because, again, I'm kind of more interested in having those, but I will say these are all serviceable cards, and we can just focus on taking early game stuff, and maybe we have some vehicle synergies we can run. So I'm going to go with heavy support here, and I think being mildly happy about it. Okay, Webmine Incursion, fine. I mean, giving a troop stealth is can be impactful. Ranger is probably one of my least favorite cards, and like I can barely understand why this is rare. And then Shroud Runner is basically the strictly better version of Ranger that you definitely can't play. Okay. All right, now we've got Wraithguard itself, which Host of the Dead actually produces all these Wraithguards if you have a bunch of Spirit Stones. And what does Anvirr Keltok do? Guarantees you a Spirit Stone every turn, right? So Host of the Dead is definitely a card you want to see, so immediately I'm pretty excited about that. Spirit Seer Kelanaris has Waystone and, you know, doubles the amount of Waystones that you're collecting. Obviously, that can also help, you know, in a helpful way impact Host of the Dead, but it also helps with you just collecting Spirit Stones in general, which helps boost your other cards as well. And just its stats are good. 7 health, 6 attacks, 6 ranged. It's definitely a problematic card, and when it dies, it gives you a Waystone. And Wraithguard is just, you want to have some Vanguard units, and I certainly don't, you know, feel disappointed to maybe pick this here, because both of these cards are pretty powerful. All right, and then Banshee Mask, totally serviceable. Same with Fire Dragon, Fire Prism, but I think the clear winner here is going to be this pack. So we're going to take the Spirit Seer pack here. So we've got plenty of top ends. So we definitely now really want to start prioritizing our curve over that, and also because we're trying to activate our Warlord ability every single turn, ideally. We really want to take cheap stuff. So, all right, Wind Rider is great. Evasive Maneuver is not a card I would love. Neither is Falcon. And we already have one. Okay, we get offered this again, and as much as I don't love these two cards, because it's cheap enough, it might be worth it. But then we get hit with this pack. So Infinity Circuit, you know, really combos well, obviously, with Host of the Dead. These two cards, like this card in particular, really the only reason to run it is if you have Host of the Dead. Now, we have a lot of 7-drops right now, but Infinity Circuit enables both of our Hosts of the Dead really well, which is basically a card that's like stabilizes you and then allows you to close out the game afterward. And Hemlock Fighter is Wraith Fighter is the best 8-drop to be running for the deck. Flying Flank, easy to get the 3 Spirit Stones by turn 8 or 8 energy turn, and you've got Blast 5 on top of it. So, and we know we're going to go late. So we're going to take this. And although, again, our curve is getting ever higher, we can smooth our hand a little bit with Anvirr to make it not so much of a detriment, because all these cards are very good. Okay. Okay, Storm Guardian and Veteran Guardian. I mean, Veteran Guardian is definitely strictly better or fine, but obviously I do not want another Wave Serpent. Okay, as much as I like Hemlock Wraith Fighter, we have plenty of things to do. Nightshade Interceptors is a card I kind of tend to overlook for vehicles, but it's actually pretty cheap, and you're getting a decent bonus for it. But then we've got Storm Guardian, Veteran Guardian, and Blade Storm give Shuriken 2 to your units this turn. I'm going to take this, although I think technically this pack is sort of more enticing. Again, we really want to pay attention to curve, and all of these are fine, right? This is going to get you Waystone. This is going to get you Waystone. You can combo this, you know, turns 3, 4, whatever, with your Warlord ability, and then Blade Storm, not going to be great all the time, but honestly, will be fine most of the time. So we'll take that. Okay, we're getting into the back half of the draft. Again, don't really want to do too much with those higher cost cards. Okay, Ranger, not great, but serviceable. Banshee's Mask, totally fine. Howling's Banshee, excellent. And then what do we have? We've got Wraithblade, which is a good early Vanguard unit. And then there's Vengeful Wraithblade, which is like probably one of your better flank Vanguard armor units. And then another Hemlock Wraithfighter. I think, although I like the curve of this better, all 3 cards I would be happy to play. Although I don't really want another 8-drop, both the 3 and the 5-drop are pretty solid. So we are going to take that. And honestly, having 2 Hemlock Wraithfighters is not the worst thing in the world. Okay. Spirit Seer, great. Warlock Skyrunner, great. Wailing Doom, not really necessary, but this pack is definitely looking pretty strong. But here we've got, okay, well, already I think I'm probably going to take this pack. Not terribly excited about another Wraithguard, but it's totally fine. Witchblade Warlock is not the most powerful card, but it's pretty annoying and will net you value if it stays on the board. But more importantly, Eldritch Storm. This is the kind of card that you need to have in a control sort of, Anvirr deck. You need some sort of board clear, and Eldritch Storm is probably one of the best ones in the game, and very easy to set up, right? Like, you can guarantee that this is going to do the second effect with Anvirr. So we're probably going to take this also. I don't think we have too many 4-drops. We've got 2 right now. And then we're definitely not going to take that pack. So it's going to be the Witchblade pack here. 3 more to go. All right. Offered the same thing here. Going to try and avoid that. See what else we got. Okay. Save one here as well. Okay. Now this is much better. Wind Rider, good. Shroud Runner, good. Nadu, good. So we're definitely going to take that. And this is more the sort of curve we're looking for. All right, they're basically offering us the same, except we got the Viper. Now we've got Webway Incursion, which, you know, on some of our pretty strong units could be really great. Warp Spider is great. Striking Scorpion is great. So that's pretty competitive. And now we also have a Wraithblade, another Spirit Seer, and another Kelinaris. This is actually, I think, pretty close. The thing is, we really need stuff like Wind Rider and Shroud Runner to interact with the board early to get to the late game. I do like my Warp Spider and Striking Scorpion, but they're a little less efficient than these two. Just being able to come in and kill something. And as much as I like the power here, I don't actually think we need it. So I think I'm just going to go for Jet Bikes here. I do think this is pretty close, but this has 3 cards I like to run, and this really only has 2. Okay, we're getting offered Jet Bikes again, which honestly we might just take. Get offered this, and then what is this? Okay, Warlock, which is fine. It's not my favorite, but it's, you know, the +1 health is pretty decent if we end up going a little bit more wide. Striking Scorpion, you know, usually is taking something out, or it gets to kill, you know, a 2 health card for free. But again, I actually just think the impact of Wind Runner and Shroud Runner is going to help us get to the late game. So I think we're just going to wrap up the draft with another pack of the Jet Bikes. So we've got quite a few 4-drops. And then decent amount of 3s, small amount of 2s, and then we've got plenty of late game. So, you know what? Let's see what we can do with this deck. Hop into a game. Generally, I feel pretty good about it. I mean, we've definitely got a couple throwaway cards, and our curve is a little top-heavy, but like I said, with Anvirr, you can kind of smooth out your hand. I don't think I want to start with either of these. Great. Okay. Got good interaction if they're going to try and lay out some units here and start buffing them, so that's fine. And I'm going to happily Path of the Seer first. I'll throw back the Storm Guardian. Definitely the least important card to have in my hand. Find something else. And then we're not going to hit because we're behind on health already, and we want to go late. Get our Spirit Stone. So yeah, I mean we've got some early vehicles we can curve into if they're going to try and set things up, right? So they have their defense card, so probably going to. Oh, okay. They're not going to use their ability. So that is good for us. So we can just be very efficient here, and we can just snipe this guy. Get him off the board, and then we could clear one of the other Gretchens. And then, you know, Shroud Runner is always going to die, but it's going to give you that 1 for 0, and then it'll trade a little bit of damage on something else. Okay, Grot Tank. Yep. So this is 3 total. Right, because it's sure can't, or no, is that reduced by X to amount of damage received? So this is dealing 2, 3. So we could clear it if we attack and play Shroud Runner. Yeah, because there's no actual other way to do it. There's also me playing Path of the Seer, but I think. Yeah, playing this doesn't really do too much. Viper just dies to this attack and that, but I guess this is the most efficient thing to do. So I'm just going to play Viper. Punch that. Just to use all of our energy that turn. They can shoot this for 3 and then another 2, but at least it soaks some damage, and if they don't have a really great way to clear it, then this is definitely just going to clear the Grot Tank. Okay, yeah. I can live with that. Yep. So we get some value there. Okay. And then we can actually... How do I want to do this? Either way, I'm going to take 3. So I can punch this and kill it. And then I can just go Wind Rider, attack this, and then snipe with Shroud Runner. And then just take you 3 either way. So let's just do that. Blows up for 1. Okay. And then we're going to hit this for 3. It dies, unfortunately. Then we'll play our Shroud Runner and get to snipe this. Pass a turn. Alright, we're not really doing well in terms of setting up Host of Dead right now. But now that we have it in our hand, maybe we can try and play towards that. We definitely need to clear Mech Boy Gas Mech. That's a really scary unit. So, but I don't know that we're going to be able to do that anytime soon. So let's Path of the Seer first and probably just play one of our 4-drops. So at this point, I think I'm just going to ship back the Wind Rider. Okay, there's Infinity Circuit. Witchblade Warlock gets cleared. I think probably the best thing is to just use 2 of those Spirit Stones, play the Wraithblade. Buy us a little bit of time. So you can punch this for 4, and then punch this for 2. But I think I just need to conserve my health here. And then basically try and set up a turn to go Infinity Circuit into Host of the Dead. Okay, yeah, Shooter Boy, not great. Yep. Yeah, we really need to find find Eldritch Storm now, or we're okay. Well, we did, so that's good. Jeez, the question is, do we just die here? This is 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 13. Yeah, I mean, this is real bad. I mean, I could try and just spike Eldritch Storm to clear as much as possible. I mean, that's really all we can do here. Because otherwise we're like very dead. Okay, well, we missed out here a little bit. I don't think there's anything I can get with Path of the Seer that will save me at this point. I mean, I probably need to keep these two. But honestly, I think it's sort of too late for Spirit Stones. Or Infinity Circuit, rather. Yeah, this is looking pretty bad. Yeah, not ideal. So they're going to get a lot of value out of these mob triggers. And then I don't... Oh, geez. Death Dread is one of the better ones, too. Yeah. Yeah. I think with the way this game is played out, I don't... Okay, well... Wraith Fighter is not nothing. Yeah, I mean, I can kill Death Dread. That's probably the best I can do. Not a bad draw for us, but probably not going to be enough here. And we had to kill it too, because Mech Boy is just going to give it a bunch of buffs as well. Yeah. Yep. They take 8, but now their board is just immense. So. Yeah. This is going to be pretty rough. So I can do Path of the Seer and double Host of the Dead, which is pretty weak, but at this point it's probably have to do that to try and live. Okay, and then there's the Infinity Circuit. All right, I think I have to just do this. I mean, I'm nearly dead, but I hate to throw this out, but we do have a second Host of the Dead. Maybe this gives us some time to stabilize, but don't love our chances here. Yeah, no mucking about. Okay. Yep, that's lethal. Or, okay, it's not lethal. It's pretty close. If they have nothing. Okay. Alright. Vengeful Wraithblade is going to maybe keep us alive. So, let's Infinity Circuit first, and then we'll play out the Rageblade. Or Wraithblade. Try and live. But they get overtime first, so that's really bad. They get to draw that extra card before I do. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Rock Invasion. I don't think I can beat that. I don't think I have a way to and they got double Makari. Jesus. Oh no. I mean, we'll play it out. Okay. Mech Boy. There's this. There's just two Pain Boys. Yeah, I guess we do that. And then, yeah, I mean this is lethal for them for sure. I guess the one thing I can do is clear a Makari and not die. So I guess I'll do that. Dang. Yeah. Definitely a little too behind in terms of generating spirit stones. Oh, right, that just deals the damage. Yep. That'll do it. GG, GG. Tried to pull it out there with the Host of the Dead at the end. Let's see if we can nab a few wins here. Okay, against Tyranids. Pretty down to keep these two. We'll just ship back the Serpent because I don't really want to see that card anyway. Alright, so I think this matchup might go a little bit better. I think our flank cards can contend with what they're doing a lot better. I'll just throw back the Blade Storm. It's not something we're going to really want in the early game. Anyway, and we'll keep our life total high here, or as high as we can. I'm going to just really try and prioritize getting those Spirit Stones. If they have no board presence, then we can just fire away here. Probably just the Guardian here, because we can just... I mean, the other option is to not play to the Viper, but I think that's a little too conservative. Okay, Fire Prism, not bad to maybe have on turn 7. Okay, see if they throw out anything this turn. Okay, no, that's good. That is fine. Pass this here. Imagine Wraithblade is going to come in handy. So is Shroud Runner, so I'll just fire back the Wind Rider. So it's definitely an energy inefficient turn, but now especially we've got stuff that requires Spirit Stones. We pretty much just want to fire that as much as we can. Okay, here comes a 6-drop. It looks like. Or maybe they're going to stack one of the Termagants. But we've got a good answer in Wraithblade. Next turn. Oh, okay. Yeah, Zoanthrope. That we definitely are going to clear. So we can do that pretty effectively, which is great. All right. Let's get you on the board. Let's use those 2 Spirit Stones. And then let's pop you for 6. And keep our health high here. All right, so next turn, unless we really need to interact, it's probably just going to be Viper plus activation. And then maybe Fire Prism into Wraithblade or Wraithfighter. Now they've got, like, I think 3 Termagants in their hand. I think they've activated all the turns. Okay, yeah. Infinite Biomorphologies. Okay, they've got another one. Alright, well, we've got a lot of time here, which is great. Ooh, Nadu's not bad. Alright, well, let's Path of the Seer. Jeez, I don't really want to ship back any of these. But yeah, I think Viper's the weakest. And I think I will just play Nadu ahead of schedule, since they don't really have anything on the board. Hit for 6. Okay, we've got the Falcon, we've got Fire Prism. So I imagine they're just going to go off one of these turns. So it just depends on if we can answer it. But we're in a decent position. I mean, Wind Rider plus Shroud Runner can kill things. We've got Eldritch Storm. Got Wraithfighter. I've got Nadu, which gets to hit in. Okay, another infinite biomorphologies. All right. So going to be some scary Tyranids when they hit the board, but I don't know when that's going to happen. Okay. We've got some ranged attack. That is more than fine. Question is, do I want to run out? I mean, I think I still want to keep generating Spirit Stones here. But it's pretty tempting to just play Fire Prism. Yeah, I'm just going to hit this for 3. Kill the Termagant. Play for 5. Oh, I don't know. I should not have played Fire Prism on this side. It should be here. That was a bit of a mistake. Now we're very much in the driver's seat, though. They could have the card that deals 2 damage to everything and then it heals. That would suck. That would probably be their best play. But other than that, I mean, we've got our really good flank units to start taking things out. Got a lot of damage represented here if they don't have any Vanguard units, which it doesn't look like they do. Yeah. That's not going to be enough. We got it. We got it. Alright, well, let's punch in here. Boom. Nice. Okay. Well, I guess they didn't really have a great way to set up their board, and then we sort of turned the corner after we played the Wraithblade. They didn't really have any board present to keep it off the board. Alright, let's see if we can snag one more win in a best of 3. But yeah, I mean, the deck seems solid. You know, it just, it definitely can fall behind. Okay, playing against Face Rippa. Definitely going to keep Eldritch Storm. There's no question about this. Witchblade Warlock's not bad either. I think I'll ship back. And then the Wraith Fighter, it's a little too early for. Okay, well, we got it back anyway, but it's okay. Okay, we've got our Webway entrance, which would be nice. Maybe we could fetch something good against them. Oh, good old Makari. It's just such a good legendary for the orcs. We're definitely going to Path of the Seer. I wonder if I'd probably just fire this off. Jeez. I think on this board it's actually going to be Defender, because I can play it and activate the stones. I think we're going to be a little too slow with Fire Dragon. I was really hoping for like a Howling Banshee or something, but you know, can't always get what you want. Here, actually like Wind Rider a little bit better, because it should be able to pick off most of their units, and it's got a little bit of a higher health pool. So yeah, just make them have to play Makari again. It's not a huge drawback, but okay, we drew the Shroud Runner back. That's funny. Okay, well, we've got an answer for that, so that's good. And we could wait a turn to answer it. I don't really like that though. But it does mean that we can guarantee these Spirit Stones coming down. And maybe they have a way to Green Horde next turn. We might want to Eldritch Storm. Alright, I think, as much as I don't like it, I think I am going to delay picking off the Shooter Boy. It doesn't have a ton of setup here, so it's like not as scary. So we can do that. And maybe he trades that 4 on me, and it is what it is. But our life is high enough that if I run out the Shroud Runner there, like, yes, it's impactful, but this way I can potentially get more Spirit Stones and really do what I want to do here. Okay, is he going to keep it alive? Okay. Well, that's good for us. So. Alright. How do we want to play this? I think we just want to... I don't think we want to pop Eldritch Storm. As efficient as it could be here, I don't think we need it. Yeah. Wraith Fighter I do want, but... not going to do that yet. Okay. Nice. So I think the answer is just trade 2 here. Play our Wind Rider. And trade here. Oh, sorry, not trade, because it's got Shuriken too. Always forget that. You can tell I've still not been playing too many games of of the Eldari, but soon. We're working on our campaign. Oh, jeez. All right. Well, yeah, that definitely hurts. Gonna get smacked for 5 here. Smack for 6. Yeah. Jeez. Yep. Yep. Okay, well, there's the Hemlock Wraith Fighter. Still don't think we need to Eldritch Storm quite yet. Oh, man, we actually really kind of want the Shroud Runner, but this is fine. 2, 3. The other option was to play Wraithblade that turn. That might have been a little bit better. Definitely getting low here. Okay. That's good. I really want them to play to the board so we can just kind of pull the trigger on the Eldritch Storm. Okay. It's a pretty weak turn from them. So that's good. Sure. I'm going to clear the Wind Rider. No. Okay. I want to get that bonus. Wait, it has to be in play, right? Okay. Don't really know why they did that. Okay. Well, we can clear this again, which is really nice. And then I'm going to Path of the Seer, throw back the Blade Storm. I think I'm going to run out the Warlock, actually. It's either that or Viper, but I think Warlock's actually a little scarier and the health pool's a little higher. Okay, well, we're low on life, but as long as we don't get a lot of the direct damage cards, like put on the Warlord, we're probably just going to run out Wraithblade next turn. Going to be on 7, so we can go Wraithblade plus our ephemeral ability. And then after that, we should be pretty good to go. Or if they just go super wide this turn, pop the Eldritch Storm. Okay. Alright. Great. That is fine. Alright, yeah, we'll just run out Wraithblade, because it's not gonna die to Mech Boy. Ooh. God, we also get Host of the Dead, but I want to use the Witchfire as well. So maybe we just do that first. Yeah. This actually might just clear it. Okay. Not quite. Didn't quite clear it. Well, now actually I'm going to change tactics, I think. Can Shroud Runner snipe that? I can punch this for 1. And I can hit this for 4. And I can get another stone, which is ship back Viper. Okay, we got it back. And now, I mean, we've got our pick of the litter. We could just fire off Host of the Dead for 5 Vanguards. Wraith Fighter come in with Blast 5. Eldritch Storm. Okay, the War Biker's not, that's not good. That's hitting me for 4. Right, because it's got fast. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's fine. Can trade with the Witch Boy. Alright. Yep. Kari. Burner Boy. Okay. They don't get the bonus. That's really great. Alright, let's collect this. And just Wraith it now. I think now we just fire off the, well, God, it's tough. So I can hit this for 8 and it blasts 5 both ways. It's really hard to pass up. But I can also, you know, let's get the Wraithblade down to clear this. And then let's Wind Rider clear this. Okay. This makes me feel a little bit better. We've got this as a bit of a cushion. And then we can really answer whatever they play with the Fighter, with Eldritch Storm, or maybe just pop the host next turn. Because we can get another Spirit Stone and get 5 still. Okay, Battle Wagon is pretty scary. We do want to get rid of that. So Wraith Fighter actually might be the move. Yeah. Yeah, because then I can clear it for free. Yeah. Boom. Hit for 6. I could bash here, but we're like very ahead now. So I just have to make sure my life total isn't in range for them to like burn me out somehow. Nice. I think we're in a pretty good spot now. Okay. Stratagem. Yeah, that's pretty good. They don't have flank though, right? No, I don't think they do. So we should be fine. Yeah, that's lethal. Nice. Okay. Okay, 2 and 1 to start it out. Sometime maybe I'll do a full run for a video, but that would be a long, long time. Which is kind of on brand for LongTim. Ooh, let me switch this over. Need to make sure I'm in the right campaign. I was checking my Ultramarines campaign this morning. Okay, yeah, let's get our rewards. Get these. Do we have anywhere we can go? Ooh, we might. Oh, not yet. We need 500. Yeah, I'm still figuring out my path. I think right now, I'm pretty satisfied with going Pink Crystal into Warlock Skyrunner into Howling Banshee. I love Howling Banshee. I think this card's really, really good. And then I think Audark's fine. I think Striking Scorpion's fine. But I'll probably just truck it through and grab Infinity Circuit for the sort of control Eldar option. Grab some of these packs and then work my way backward. I gunned it for Eldritch Storm because this card's super, super important for Eldar. It's just their best way of, not getting overwhelmed. But also, I do really like Crimson Hunter as well. And I think it can be pretty powerful. So, yeah, just a little preview of that. And then Forge, we're at Forge level 4. Oh, no, that's my Ultramarines. Oh, yeah, same for Eldar. So we've gotten a little bit of bonuses there. Well, I hope the draft video was cool. Let me know if you guys like me talking through at the beginning, like my picks. I know a lot of them might be a little bit easy to discern, but I figured I'd talk through that process anyway. So thank you all for joining, as always. Appreciate all the support, and I will catch you next time.